Hello everyone and welcome to Miss Liz's Storytime Online. So if you've been following along at home, we're doing our ABCs of Storytime. So last week I did U for under the sea. So do you know what letter comes after U? V! Yes! We're doing V today. Do you know what some words that start with V are? Ooh, let's think. Violin, the instrument. Victory. I don't know if you ever say victory, but it's when you win at something. Very, like when it's very cold outside. But the one we're going to do today is vegetables. I know some people have trouble eating their vegetables, but they're very important. And some of them are quite yummy. So we're going to do V is for vegetables today. So we always begin with our story time hello song. We clap and say hello. So we clap and say hello. We clap and say hello with our friends at story time. We clap and say hello. We wave and say hello. We wave and say hello with our friends at story time. We wave and say hello. Hello, welcome to story time. So yeah, as I said, we're doing V is for vegetables. So our sign of the day is going to be vegetables. And how you say that in American Sign Language is you make a V with your fingers and you put it up against your cheek like this, and then you go like that. So, is vegetables. It's like a V that you eat. Vegetables. Very good. So do we know where vegetables usually grow? So people grow them in their gardens or in their fields at farms. Yeah. So we have a little song today with some movement, and it's about picking vegetables. So you got to help me pick some vegetables, okay? So we're going to pick them out of the ground and put them in a basket. So that's our movement for the song, okay? So we pick them up and put them in a basket. So it's called picking up the veggies. So what's our first vegetable? Let's see. Let's do carrots. So we go, picking up the carrots and putting them in the basket. Picking up the carrots and putting them in the basket. Picking up the carrots and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder at the farmer's field. Good, what else can we pick? Let's do onions. I heard onions, so. Picking up the onions and putting them in the basket. Picking up the onions and putting them in the basket. Picking up the onions and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder in the farmer's field. Good. Let's do potatoes. I like potatoes. So, picking up the potatoes and putting them in the basket. Picking up the potatoes and putting them in the basket. Picking up the potatoes and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder in the farmer's field. Very good. You want to do that again? Okay. Let's really pull them out there this time, okay? So, picking up the carrots and putting them in the basket. Picking up the carrots and putting them in the basket. Picking up the carrots and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder at the farmer's field. And we're going to do onions, right? So, picking up the onions and putting them in the basket. Picking up the onions and putting them in the basket. Picking up the onions and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder at the farmer's field. And our last one is, potatoes. So we go, picking up the potatoes and putting them in the basket. Picking up the potatoes and putting them in the basket. Picking up the potatoes and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder at the farmer's field. So our story for today is called Too Many Carrots. Can you see all the carrots on the book from the book? Yeah, it's a lot of carrots. So, Too Many Carrots by Katie Hudson. too many carrots. Let's see, what's on here? To do, eat carrots, plant carrots, collect carrots, eat carrots. It's a lot of carrots. Rabbit loved carrots. He collected them wherever he went. Rabbit was proud of his collection. Wow. And burrowed it away in his cozy hole. Looks like it's bigger than his whole house. Let's see. Oh yeah, but Rabbit had a problem. A big problem. He couldn't sleep. Why couldn't he sleep? There's too many carrots. There's no place for him. His cozy hole was too crowded to live in. I need a place to sleep, Rabbit told Tortoise. You could share my house, Tortoise said. It looks cozy and snug, Rabbit said. Oh, it's Tortoise's house. Looks like it's his shell. Yeah. Maybe it's a little too snug for two, suggested Tortoise. Not at all, said Rabbit. Oh, he's shoving himself right in there. Uh-oh, oh dear. Pum, 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 pum. Ouch! Crash! Ah! Oh dear. Well, perhaps we can stay at Bird's nest, said Rabbit. My nest is quite small, Rabbit, said Bird. I'm sure we will all fit, replied Rabbit. Rabbit hauled all his carrots up the tree. Whoa! groaned Tortoise and the Bird as the branch wobbled and swayed. Do you think there's enough room in the little nest for the tortoise and the the tortoise, the rabbit, the bird, and all the carrots? Let's see. And snapped. Crash! I'm so sorry, Bird. Now the three of us don't have a place to sleep, said Rabbit. Oh no, his nest broke. You can sleep in my house, offered Squirrel. Oh, thank you, Squirrel. How kind of you, said Rabbit. I don't think any more carrots will fit, Rabbit, said Squirrel. Just a few more, Rabbit replied. Uh-oh, whimpered Tortoise, Bird, and Squirrel. Oh no, he's doing it again. And creak, crack, crash. It all spilled out of the trunk. Now the four of us don't have anywhere to sleep, grumbled Squirrel. You can sleep at my house, called Beaver. It has plenty of space. Great! I can bring even more carrots, Rabbit said with a smile. Ooh, everybody doesn't look happy with Rabbit. But with all your carrots, we can't fit inside, said Beaver, a bit bewildered. Just then the rain started. Tortoise shivered, Bird whimpered, and Squirrel squeaked. So they're all still outside the house in the rain. And Beaver heard a terrible rumble as his house collapsed. Oh no, my house, yelled Beaver. Oh no, my carrots, cried Rabbit. Ah! They were all washed away. Crash! The friends groaned as they swept up onto the riverbank. Oof. Rabbit felt terrible. His friends were cold, tired, and homeless, and it was all his fault. Even worse, Rabbit still had all of his carrots and his house. And that's when he realized there was only one thing to do. What's he gonna do? Let's see. Share everything with his friends. After all, carrots weren't for collecting, they were for sharing. And sharing made everything better. So he ate some of his carrots with his friends and it gave them all room to live in his house. After he broke all of their houses. So I want to end with one more song and then I'll show you our craft for this week. And then we'll say goodbye with our goodbye song, okay? So I thought we'd do something a little more exciting than another veggie song. So I thought, why not If You're Happy and You Know It? Because that's one of my favorite songs. So we'll end with that. I'll show you our craft and we'll say goodbye, okay? So first, if you don't know If You're Happy and You Know It, that's okay. We'll do it twice. So we'll do it once along with me and then we'll go a second time a little faster, okay? So first we go, if you're happy and you know it, and we're going to clap our hands first, okay? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. What else can we do? Let's wiggle our fingers. Yeah, so we can see each other on the screen. So, if you're happy and you know it, wiggle your fingers. If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your fingers. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, wiggle your fingers. Good. Now we're going to do, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Okay? If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! Very good. Let's do that again, okay? So, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your fingers. If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your fingers. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, wiggle your fingers. Very good. So now we're going to shout hooray, okay? So if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! Very good. I really like that song. So I told you we were going to do a craft, and we're going to do a veggie craft. But even if you don't like veggies, I think you'll like this craft. What is it? It looks like 3 little carrots in a garden. And the carrots come out in and out of the ground, so you can pull them out like we did in our song. We got 1. I can't put that one back very well. 2 and 3 carrots you can take in and out of the ground. So you can pick that up at the library, either in the building, or you can pick it up outside by calling us. Okay, so we have our carrots in the garden craft for our V for Veggies story time. And like all of our story times, we always say goodbye with our goodbye song. So thank you for coming to story time, and we wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this with our friends at story time. We wave goodbye like this. Goodbye. Thank you for